dementia residents would say to me, to build back our confidence, we need to have a good coach with interesting topics that we can think about, understand and apply. Now, many of the dementia residents, when we first started this work, were at a low ebb with confidence, but there were several things that helped pick them up. The first thing is that I'd say to all the residents regularly, now, I know you can think, I know you can understand, but you do have a memory problem, and I'd explain that. The second thing was that I'd say, now look, I know that you've all got interesting characters and personalities, but in order for us to get to know each other, you do need to communicate. And I'd encourage them to make an effort for that and actually expected them to make an effort with that. And the third thing that encouraged confidence was the group affirmation, the group appreciation, so that when someone did make the effort to communicate, especially if they hadn't been communicating for some time, then the group would praise, endorse, appreciate, and, egg them on and say what a good job they'd done and how it was great that they were now communicating, and appreciate and encourage them. And that helped boost the self-confidence as well and encourage the person to keep making that effort once they'd started. So it was very much about team effort, everyone working together, helping each other and working towards the goal of being able to be confident, be positive and create a pleasant community, improving quality of life for everyone in it. Now, this whole team approach, interestingly, was interesting because being a physio, lifelong physio, 40 years as a physiotherapist, is very much one-on-one treatment session with the patient. But with that, I'd also done a lot of group work with neck and shoulder pain from workplace injury of OOS, RSI from the 80s when workplace, or 90s mainly, when computers came into the government departments. There was a lot of pain and injury and stress, especially for neck and shoulders. So I developed these group workshops for that. So that was training, but I'd never really thought about it from the team perspective as I started to do with the dementia residents, because there was this one woman who was very insightful, quiet. She'd been a top high-achieving sportswoman in her day. And she was the one that said to me that the two things that were important for the group in the dementia unit was positivity and self-confidence, which the other dementia residents agreed with. And she was harking back to her sporting days where confidence is essential and so is positivity. And so she really enabled me to understand the importance of having that positive attitude, being confident and working as a team. And her son was very supportive of her and the treatment program. And one day she said to me, it's lovely to have such an exciting team. And I said to him, I asked him, what does your mother mean, when she says it's so nice to have an exciting team? And he said, well, because she looks at you as the coach and the other dementia residents as a team, and she feels excited that you're going forward with the work together. So that was an interesting point. Another thing, in terms of team effort, I said to her one day, how is it that, did you appreciate the talent that you had for sport? And did you indeed appreciate the talent that your sons had for sport? Because they went on to become elite sportsmen as well, no doubt from her example. And she said, with me, I loved it and I worked hard. And with the boys, they loved it and they worked hard. So that was it. Loving it, enjoying it and working hard. To her, that was what talent was. That you loved it and you worked hard at it. And then the talent would shine through, which it does probably. It certainly did with her. She was really articulate. she'd lost her confidence though somewhere along the way. I know through networks that she was dux of her school, but somehow she lost that along the way. And when she came into the unit, of course, dementia affects confidence. She really was at a low ebb, but she was so articulate when she did come out with things. And she'd always say, good is the operative word. In other words, you know, think good, do good, be good. All of that comes under the positive umbrella. She had very good articulation when she did speak, though she didn't like speaking that much, but she improved in time. But to her, if it was a team effort, if she could help with the team and play her part in the team, she would do that. So that, along with many other dementia residents, were very good sportswomen in their day. One woman was a very good netballer, and she'd played for Canterbury here in New Zealand, and she had the same ethos that you have to work together for the common good and the common goal. So this team approach was something I learnt big time in the unit, and I loved it. I did actually end up loving it actually as a result, and I'm sure the teamwork and the team effort was part of it. I'd never appreciated before how important the team approach is. Having been a physio, having done training, but not actually really getting in there with everyone and bringing everyone on board and working together and getting that, you know, loyalty and trust, I suppose. That trust factor does give confidence when there's trust in yourself, trust in the other residents, trust in the coach, trust in the goal, which was of becoming positive and self-confident. When you've got that trust in that goal, that it is an important goal to establish to be able to get to the point of improving quality of life in dementia units, it's very inspiring. And of course, you become positive and confident as well, because that's what you're thinking about. That's what the training is. That's what all of you are making an effort for. It helps you. It helps your life, actually, when you start applying these principles. You know, they're very meaningful principles. I mean, we think about them. We think, oh, good, yes, important. But once you start applying them and then feeling the benefits of that heartfelt level, not just head level, it's really not just encouraging, it's really inspiring and heartwarming, I would say. Heartwarming and inspiring. And that's why I love this work. And that's why I have now done, if you can believe it, 1,000 videos. I know it's a lot. In 6 months, I think, 6-7 months. I was only expecting to do about 20 to cover the techniques at the back of both books I've written, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise. The techniques at the back of these books, positive practical techniques to help people in dementia units. I was just going to do 20 videos on that. And then it went to 40 videos, 20 videos for each book. And then somehow it just got to 1,000, which is amazing. But there is so much to learn. There is so much to do. And with all your comments and support and subscribing, that sort of led me on. And I have to say, I do feel it's a team effort. Just like I felt it was a team effort at the dementia unit, I now feel this is a team effort with the social media, with YouTube and TikTok, and especially with your comments and your likes and support and subscriptions. For me, it's like being in the dementia unit, except in a bigger field. But this time, of course, to be able to help people with dementia, especially those in dementia units, with positive practical techniques. So it's just all being tying, coming together. You know, all the threads are tying up and tying back, tying in, and it's a very consolidating experience. So thank you for everything. Please pass on the links, and again, thanks.